Welcome back to GTM Education, and today we're going to look at what to revise for GCSE Maths. And this is one of the questions that a lot of my students have asked me. How do I revise, especially what do I revise for GCSE Maths? Because each student is different, so I have to provide each different answer. So if I give everyone the same tricks and techniques to know what to revise for GCSE Maths, then it will make my life a lot easier, and it will make your life a lot easier as well as you prepare for your GCSE Maths exams. And this is a very interesting topic in terms of what to revise for GCSE Maths, and I'm going to now transition into a screen recording explaining what to exactly revise for GCSE Maths specific to you and your capabilities, and if you want to get that grade 9 or that grade 8 or that grade 7 or that grade 6, grade 5, grade 4, as long as you want to pass, this is a very good opportunity for you to learn to know what to revise for GCSE Maths. Let's now transition into the screen recording. As you can see, we have now changed into the screen recording of my screen, and we're going to literally type on Google what to revise for GCSE Maths, and this is, you can see, a very searched query. You can see it's second in terms of what to revise for. So a lot of students like yourself are searching this on Google. A lot of students are asking me during my tutoring and doing my tuition. So a lot of students want to know what to revise for GCSE Maths, and this is specific to different students. So as you can see here, we got a few adverts which we're not going to look at, but you can see that the question is not here really properly answered. You see over here, there's the GCSE Maths topics. This is saying what topics there are in the GCSE Maths exam, whether it be AQA, EdXL. It's a broad specification. In terms of this blog over here, we have what to revise for GCSE Maths. Let's have a look at this. Let's see what's going on. So they're saying that GCSE Maths is one of the important subjects to see, and this is again showing the GCSE Maths syllabus. So it shows what to do, they shows some revision tips, but did it ask the question, answer the question, which is what's revised for GCSE Maths? No, it's just shown us the GCSE Maths syllabus, but it wants to know exactly what to revise for GCSE Maths, and that's not shown at all. You keep going down the screen, how to revise, how do I revise, Maths GCSE, and you can even see in the videos, none of the videos show what to revise for GCSE Maths, rather they all show how to revise for GCSE Maths. And we also got students asking for how to revise for Maths GCSE Foundation. We got students asking for how to revise for GCSE Maths Higher. You can see that there is a different spectrum. You got people wanting to know what to revise for GCSE Maths 2022, which is the day I record this video, the year I recorded this video. So you can see that everyone wants to know what to revise so that they're best prepared for this exam. And this is a question that isn't talked about a lot. A lot of teachers do miss this opportunity to express what to revise for GCSE Maths, but in the end, it depends on yourself. You're the person that is watching this video, you know what is going on, and you know that this is a very important topic, because I was in the same position as you. I wanted to know, what do I have to revise? I didn't want to know what my friend has to revise for GCSE Maths or what my other friend has to revise. I want to know what I want to revise to get a grade 9. My aim was to get a grade 9. I think everyone's aim is to get the highest grade possible they possibly want. And when it comes to me, it was aiming to get that grade 9, and I want to know, what do I want to revise, particularly to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths. In terms of this, there are many ways to find this out, and in terms of the first way, I would suggest you guys know what to revise for in terms of your GCSE Maths exam. So this is a new tab, and I'll go to the tab named Maths Genie. And when it comes to Maths Genie, it is a very interesting topic. It covers a lot of things from A-level revision to EdXL GCSE exam papers to predicted papers to exam papers, etc. But when it comes to Maths Genie, it's a very useful website. I will leave a link to a video that I've made, or I'll leave a link in terms of a card on the top of the screen as well if you guys want to check that video out, which is how to use Maths Genie to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths. And in terms of Maths Genie, this is a very good website that will teach you how to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths. When we go into the website, so you can see that this is exactly how you will see it, unless they make any changes in the next year or two, or you never know what happens. But at the time of I'm recording, this is the way you're going to do it. There's not going to be a lot of changes to the websites, but the way I will go is go to the GCSE revision tab, which I'm showing here, or you can click this button over here. So you go to the GCSE revision tab. Obviously, we got some adverts, so that's the older Maths Genie can make some money as well. Giving us this brilliant resource for free. When it comes to the way to solve this, to know exactly what to revise for GCSE Maths, I would urge you guys to have a look at all of this. We're not looking particularly at the grade 1 spectrum or something like that. We're not looking at how to use Maths Genie. We're going to look at how we can use this to know what to revise for GCSE Maths. This is going to be different for different students. You have to realize this. This is going to be different for different students, but since we're looking at what to revise for GCSE Maths for yourself, this is very, very important to follow these tips and techniques. So in terms of the way you're going to do this, you're going to first, for a second, I'm going to just stop the recording because my laptop is getting very, very hot and the fans are starting to work. I'll be back in a few seconds and I will edit this pause out and you will see me change back into this again. So we're now back into the screen recording once again, and my laptop has started to cool down. Leave the prayers in the chat so that I do not have to stop again if the fans get a little bit too loud. So when it comes to knowing what to revise for GCSE Maths, you have to be very smart when the way you do this. And you can see that you can go to the GCSE revision tab, but the way I would urge you is to first go to the GCSE papers tab and go to the specific board that you're doing. So when I did my GCSEs, it was Edexcel. I think most students do Edexcel, so I would urge you to go to the Edexcel exam papers. And what I would recommend is that you do one of these papers that you haven't done before. So this is very, very important. One of the papers that you haven't done before. So you have to do all 3 of these papers, but I would recommend you do 1 non-calculator and 1 calculator paper. But I would recommend you do 3 papers. It depends on whichever year you want to do. You can do the specimen paper or you can do a sample paper, but you have to do 3 of those. And that's paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. This is the trick that a lot of students don't know about. That's why I tell a lot of students the same thing over and over again, because I know each student is different. When it comes to my own students, I know what their weaknesses is, I know what their strengths are, so I can tell them what to particularly revise for when it comes to GCSE Maths. But I don't know who you are that is watching this video, so I recommend that you follow this technique. So in terms of knowing what to revise for GCSE Maths, you have to go and do 3 different papers. One is obviously the non-calculator paper and the other 2 calculator papers. I wouldn't recommend the old specification papers at all. I would recommend one of these from the higher GCSE exam papers all the way till June 2017, because this is where the first cohort to do the grade 91 GCSEs. We were the second cohort. We were in the June lots. So when it comes to this, you have to either do the specimen paper, which was really good as well, or the sample paper. But one of these papers is very, very important. This is currently in 2020. The 2021 paper will come next year, and 2022 will come. It comes every 2 years. The actual paper for Maths Genie to upload it. Since it's 2022, they only uploaded the 2020, and 2021 there was no exams. So when it comes to 2022, there would be an opportunity to show that. But we do have enough resources. So let's go with the November 2018. This is the people that I believe do the resets. We can see that this is the Tuesday, 6th of November. I would urge you to do this paper. Very important. You do this paper properly. No messing about. No cheating. No looking at your revision guides. No looking at no notes. You sit this paper like you're sitting it in an exam. By yourself, in a table, time yourself. How long is this paper? We know it's 1 hour 30 minutes. Time yourself 1 hour 30 minutes. Sit in a table. Exam conditions, conditions, and I will have to now return back to stopping the slideshow and coming back again because my computer is getting very, very loud in terms of the fans. Sorry guys, back once again. The fans have started to cool down. Hopefully it doesn't come back again. If you guys know what the reason behind it is, leave it in the comment section below as well. But when it comes to this particular thing, as I mentioned, you have to do this exam. These are 3 different exams. You're going to do the Maths Higher, the 2 non-calculator papers as well, the paper 2 and paper 3. but you're going to do it in under exam conditions. That is a very, very important aspect. Under exam conditions, 1 hour and 30 minutes, no revision guides, no revision notes, nothing at all. And this is not a video where I'm explaining you guys how to use exam papers to get a grade 9. I've already done a separate video on that. I'll also leave a link to that video in the description. I'll leave a link to it in one of the cards that you see appear on the screen. If you click the I button at the top of your screen, you'll be able to see those videos. But when it comes to this video in particular, we're looking at what to revise for GCSE maths, and this is very, very important. This is where the how to use exam papers video comes into play. So you take this exam very, very seriously. If you get any questions wrong, you get it wrong. You look at the mark scheme. So how to revise that video, I would urge you to watch that video after you watch this one. But the questions you got wrong, you have to keep a keen eye on those, even if it's you lost 1 mark. If you say you done all of this over here, if you say for this question 3 over here, we got this question 3, there's a 5-mark question, you done all of this, but even if you forgot to say that 1 point, if you forgot to mention that is the salesman correct, that's still a mark lost. You kind of done all your working out, but you forgot to write it, that's still a mark lost. It might be a little bit silly, but it shows that there's something wrong in that particular question when it comes to looking at percentages, when it comes to looking at sharing, when it comes to looking at this particular topic. It's important to highlight what you got wrong. So each question you got wrong, whether it be 1 mark you lost or whether it's some silly mistake, it doesn't matter. That's a wrong means wrong. This is how the exam markers will mark your exams. So take it seriously. So every question you get wrong, that is important. If you get the whole 17 questions wrong, or how many questions there are now, I think it's 20 or 17, when I remember it's 17. But if it's 20 questions, or 21, 22 questions, if you get all 22 wrong, you get all 22 wrong. But what you're going to do in particular, say you got a question, let's go for something over here. So you got this question wrong. Say you don't know what the topic is. So you're looking at this and you say number 8 and you don't know what the topic is. So what do? You go back, and what paper were we doing? We were doing the November 2018 paper 1 paper, and we're going to go to the mark scheme. So we're going to go to the mark scheme. When we go to the mark scheme, we're going to go to the mark scheme, and it shows question 8 and it shows the answer. It's saying C, I think it was a proof question. So we look at that in particular, but it shows the process. You still don't know what sine 30 is, you don't know what this is, you don't know what topic this is, etc. You don't know that, don't worry. If this is not available for you to work, then you go to November 2018 paper, then you go to the answer section, so you go to that. Let's go to that. Let's see now particularly what the Maths Genie owner did. But it wasn't a proof question. It was just a 1-word answer. I just missed the answer. So when it comes to this, you see this again. You see the cos 60, and you still don't know what it is. You still don't know what this question is about. That's no problem as well. So you go back, and then you go to the video. And in the video, it will be guaranteed. We know that this man will explain. He will go through the walkthrough. He'll go to question 8. If we go to question 8, if I could find it somewhere over here, or it just be on top of it. This fan keeps loving to come back and come back and come back again. I don't know if it's causing a hindrance, but I'm going to check this video 1 second. I'm going to look at this screen recording again and see if it's causing a huge error if you guys can't hear what I'm saying. I've had a look at the recording and I think it does not have a huge it's in the background, so I don't think it's causing a huge error. You can still hear my voice very clearly. So when it comes to this, I'm going to explain once again. We're going to go to that question 8. So we go to question 8, and you know for a fact that the person at Maths Genie would be explaining what's going on in this video, and there is a high chance he will say that this is trigonometry. He will say that this is the use of SOHCAHTOA, and he would probably teach you guys substitution, and you have to label the topics, which I struggled in. This is involving a little bit of rearranging equations. It involves that. Write that topic down. This is a trigonometry question. But the main topic is that it's trigonometry, so you keep knowledge of the topics that you wrote and you write it down. So you look at this paper 1, so say an example, so I got this question wrong, so this is indices and powers, I got the question wrong, I write it down on my notes, powers and indices. A topic, what to revise for GCSE Maths, I have to revise powers and indices. When it comes to the next one, you get this question wrong. You struggled with substitution, you struggled with making the subject. These are 2 topics right there. you write it down. But say your friend, he got both these questions right. So he doesn't need to revise for this topic because he simply got those 2 marks in this one and the 2 marks in this one. And 4 marks in this one. You got it? Keep going on. This one's the one that is a little bit difficult. What is it? Percentages, or ratios, or what, etc. You can watch the video. He will explain it. But you have to write down the topic. It's not just watching this video, learning from the Maths Genie, or learning from the mark scheme, or learning from the answers, and just saying that you know this topic now, you know how to answer the question, you should be fine. You don't know the topic. The truth is you don't know the topic because you got the question wrong. Remember that. It's not, oh, now I understand. Yes, from the mark scheme, I understand what's going on. Yes, I understand now. I should be able to do it. That won't work. There's no point. This is just one example of a question. Imagine a completely different question, but it's the same topic, comes up, you'll struggle. It's depending on yourself, being honest to yourself, being open to yourself, and trying to learn as much as possible. The people that get the grade 9 in GCSE Maths, the people that get the highest grade in GCSE Maths, are the one that's learnt the most. What do? They learnt the most. It's not how much they studied, it's not how much they done this, done that. It's not how many hours you put in, it's not none of that. It's how much they learnt at the end of the day. If you are able to learn a skill, if you're able to learn a topic, if you're able to learn what the teachers explain to you, you should have the highest chance of getting a grade 9 in GCSE Maths. Do you guys understand that clearly? Leave a yes in the comments section below. So it's very important. We know this is a topic now. It would take 120 minutes to fill a swimming pool using water from 5 taps. How many minutes will it take to fill the pool if only 3 of the taps are used? This involves a little bit of division. This involves a little bit of, you can say a little bit of fractions, etc. You know what the idea is. Write down the topics that you don't know. That is very important. So since we're looking at Maths Genie, the same word you can type into Google and go to Corporate Maths. Okay, Corporate Maths is another one. If you guys haven't checked out how to use Corporate Maths, there's a video that I've done on how to use Corporate Maths in particular as well. How to use Corporate Maths to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths, and that involves just a standalone video on how to use Corporate Maths, and that's something that I'll leave at the I button if you click it, or if you check the videos in the description. So you type Corporate Maths, a very, very good website. So say you don't like Maths Genie, and you do the same thing for Corporate Maths. Okay, look at Corporate Maths. Okay, this is the topic here. There's a whole video on how to use Corporate Maths to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths. I urge you to check that video. But you go to the videos and worksheets. So what topic did we struggle with? Okay, we go to indices. Command F or Control F, type in indices. Perfect. There's how many topics over there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are all the indices. We're looking at numerical. It was more of a numerical question. So we go to the practice questions for this. We go to the practice questions. See, this is the powers of 3. Match each of the following. Do these questions. Very, very important. The way you're going to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths, the way you're going to know what to revise for GCSE Maths, works for the same for the calculator paper as well. Write down the topics you don't know. It's a learning process. This is a measure of how well you have learnt a particular topic. How well have you learnt throughout your 5 years at secondary school, your 10 years if you can include primary school as well. What have you learnt throughout your whole life so far? And until year 11, what have you learnt? That is basically what a measure of GCSE results are, what a grade 9 is, what a grade 8 is, so on. How much have you learnt throughout your life regarding maths? If you look at maths in particular, how much have you learnt? So it's fine to get a question wrong. I would rather get questions wrong and learn from them than just think that I know everything that is right. That I'm sorted, I'm going to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths, because you haven't properly used those exam papers. It's a very, very important topic. That's why I keep rephrasing back to that video, how to use exam papers to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths. We'll give a proper outline, but since we're looking at what to revise for GCSE Maths, it does kind of tie in with that topic. But the key aspect is looking at the topics that you don't understand and writing it down on a piece of paper. So yes, I don't understand if you're looking at speed, distance, time graph. I don't understand that. What are you going to do? You're going to get a piece of paper or a post-it note or some piece of scrap paper that you're going to look after carefully and write down the topics you don't know. And the topics you don't know are the ones that you have to revise for GCSE Maths. There is no point in revising a topic that you already know. And that's very important. Already know means you get full marks in that topic. Say you know the topic, you've done an exam paper. You got full marks in that particular question. And then for your revision, you're doing exam papers. Now you come into April, May, June. You're doing exam papers only. You do an exam paper. You get a question wrong. That same question that you thought you knew, now you get it wrong. What are you going to do? You're still going to mark it as wrong, write that topic down, and revise for it again. That is very, very important. I'm not being rude here, I'm not being aggressive or anything, I'm saying the facts straight to you. It's the easiest way to say it. It's the facts that I say it to you, straight to your face, because that is the truth. The teacher's not going to check. Do you think they care about you? No. Do you think I care about you? No. Not. Do you think your parents care about you? No. At the end of the day, you care about yourself. If you fail to get grade 9, say you failed your GCSEs, the only person that's going to fall as a result of that is you. Your teacher's going to think about you for one day, then they're gone. Your parents will think about you the most. They're the only ones that think about you the most, but they still move on with their lives. At the end, it's you. It's you. When they go, when it's just you alone, when you're 40, 50, 60, you'll be thinking about, why did I fail my GCSEs? Everyone's life is different, so I'm not saying that GCSEs is going to be the be all and end all. I'm not saying that, but there is a particular group of students that need to get a grade 9 in GCSE, or need to get good results in their GCSEs. There's a particular group of students, and that is a very high majority. Some can escape by 10%. 10% can escape through their talents, their passion, something like that, for instance. Another 10% can escape through their parents and background, and the rest of the 80% of students have to work themselves out of this system. So you have to work it, all of these 80% of students is going to go to a 9-to-5 job. It's facts. The world is changing. I'm an advocate for change, but right now it's GCSEs. You have to listen to what the government says, and that is to do your GCSEs, then to do your A-levels. You have to do your GCSEs. That's important. That's a fact that everyone has to do. Some don't do it. I don't have enough knowledge in that, but this is very, very important. And it's very, very important to know what to revise for GCSE maths. What do you revise? Everyone has a syllabus. That is simple. The specification is already there. Everyone knows what the specification is. Everyone knows what's going to come up in the exam. Everyone knows what to revise. But what to revise specifically for you. And this is the way you're going to do that. You're going to do exam papers, only 3 exam papers. I'm not asking for a lot. That is basically 4.5 hours. Okay, you got 1.5 hour paper, 1.5 hour paper, 1.5 hour paper, 4.5 hours. That is not a lot of time. When you consider you have 24 hours a day, you should be able to do that. You do those 3 papers. Then you mark it properly. How to mark an exam paper properly, you watch that video. It's important. You can watch that after you've done your exam paper, so you know how to mark an exam paper. And the questions that you got wrong. This is a key part to know what to revise for GCSE Maths. Is to write particularly the topics that you've got wrong. If you don't know what the topic is, I mentioned that you can go to the mark scheme and see if there is a hint of what the topic is. If not stats, you can see the answers made by the Maths Genie admin. If you can't see that, then go to the Maths Genie video. Understand? The same applies. It's not only Maths Genie, there are other great resources out there. And after that, such as Corporate Maths, which I've done a video on as well. So many resources. Literally, you guys are spoiled for choice when it comes to GCSE Maths. So you go to this revision. So say you struggled with simplifying, go to simplifying. Type in Control F or Command F into your search bar, or you can search for it physically. I like to be a little bit quicker. So you type in the word simplify. Then you go down, see here's algebraic fractions. Oh, is that what we're doing? Maybe. Fraction simplifying is another one. Ratio simplifying is another one. And third rules, intro and rules. And the ratio is the one that came up, I believe, the third question. You go to the practice questions. And this is basically what you have to do. So the way you go to do this, you get a question wrong, and you follow the other videos on the screen, basically. You literally have to follow this as a system. The greatest people in the world have a system of the way they do things, to learn, to keep improving themselves, to keep succeeding. Whether it be Cristiano Ronaldo, a footballer, whether it be Michael Jackson, the dancer, they all want to improve, keep improving. Understand? It's the same thing for GCSE Maths. You do this, you write down the topics that you don't know, and you watch my other videos. So say you don't like Maths Genie, so you like Corporate Maths, one of those videos, or Seneca Learning, which is another useful topic. You go and find the topic and you do questions, and you use that technique to learn that topic. So if you enjoy using Maths Genie, so you can go to Maths Genie, it's not a big deal, you go back, then you go to the GCSE revision tab, then you go for the topic. So search for a topic, there's even a search bar for you. If you're looking at simplifying, how many do you have? 1, 2, 3. It's a grade 3 topic, writing and simplifying ratio. We got the video there, we got some notes there for you to learn as well. For you to really learn the topic, I've already done a video on how to use Maths Genie to revise, and then you got what? The exam questions, and learn the topic. These websites are there for you to learn a particular topic, so you can go to the exam questions, and this is a whole video. Whatever it is, this is a way to revise for your GCSE Maths. The key aspect is to first. So I'm going to now write down exactly what you have to do. So I'm going to go to like a notes tab. I'm just writing the notes if it can allow me to. Notepad, line. Hopefully, first thing. First of all, you have to do 3 exam papers. Understand? That's the first thing. You have to do 3 exam papers. Which 3 exam papers are they? The paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. That. Number 2, you have to do it under exam conditions. Do it under exam conditions. Spelling is a bit awful, but this is for your revision. 3, mark your exam properly. So how are you going to mark your exam? Watch the how to use exam papers video on my channel. Then in terms of the full thing, you're going to do is now write a list of the topics you got wrong. That is very, very important. You have to write the list of the topics you got wrong. Doesn't matter if only 1 mark was lost or if it was a silly mistake. Then you use your favorite revision tool. Use your favorite revision websites. So use your favorite revision websites and learn that topic. Keep doing this and you will know what to revise for GCSE Maths. Are you guys happy with these 7 steps? I would urge you to write this down in your notepad or write this down or something like that. Memorize this. And in terms of the final step, this is like a bonus tip. Watch the video on the revision websites. Watch a video on the revision websites that you like learning from on my channel. Whether it be Seneca, there's a video on that on my channel, on Corporate Maths, or Maths Genie. And these videos are on the videos are in the description, and make sure you utilize it to the most of your ability. Videos are in the description of my channel as well, and you should be ready to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths. And so this is the way you're going to learn how to revise for GCSE Maths. I did a kind of like a summary in terms of what you're meant to do to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths. Learn from it, revise from it, use it to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths, and finally know what to exactly revise for your GCSE Maths. I hope you find this video useful. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Watch the other videos, get those 3 exam papers done, then you can be ready for getting a grade 9 in GCSE Maths. Watch the other revision tool videos, whether it be Seneca, Corporate Maths or Maths Genie, which are already on my channel. But if there are new websites that come out, which I'm planning to do, like the Quizlets, other websites that I think are very good, like Maths, etc., use that as well. Use your favorite website to learn a topic which helps you learn, and that will enable you to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths. Not only grade 9, whatever your target is, to get the best possible grade you possibly can. That's the aim of this channel. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more videos, like the video if you like the video, and keep learning, keep commenting in the comment section below, and I'm happy to help as much as possible. Good luck for your GCSEs, and I will now transition back to the PowerPoint slide. So hopefully you have enjoyed the video in terms of what we look at in terms of what to revise for GCSE Maths, and in terms of what I recommend now is how to revise GCSE maths, and that is a question that a lot of students ask me, and that video will be on the screen right now as you listen to me speak. And it's something that I highly recommend to watch because a lot of students don't know how to revise exactly for GCSE maths. Something that I recommend, something that I know in terms of tricks and tips and the secrets that a lot of students don't know about, which is something that I'm going to develop and instill into your mindsets to ensure that you get the best possible grade. The target for everyone is to get the highest possible grade, which is a grade 9, and this video will be very, very important, and I urge you to take a little break, come back to this video and go to the end screen, which the video should be popping up, and you should watch this video as it is a very important video, how to revise GCSE maths. If you need to take a little break, you can, but if you don't, then just click on the video and watch the next video, and keep learning and thriving, and good luck for your GCSE.